We have this sense of focus that keeps you planted here, and keeps you almost trapped here, keeps you in the gravity of Earth, kind of being sucked in tighter and tighter and tighter all the time. You could probably feel it. I mean, not even with me mentioning it, you could probably feel. And in a way, almost every day gets a little bit more boring, even though you're trying to break out and you tell yourself all sorts of good things. Every day seems to get a little more boring, a little more gray, a little harder to deal with. And that's a good thing, because that's going to make you so much more open to real sensuality. Not just seeing and hearing better, but real sensuality. But the question comes up, for instance, if there's so much focus on the planet, then what's happening when older people right now are dying? What's with Alzheimer's? What's with the mental, the dementia issues that are happening? Well, actually, they've always kind of happened, because when somebody is crossing over and they have a long period where they're ill, they lose their focus, and that's what you're seeing. That's why so many of the nursing homes right now are filled with people with dementia, Alzheimer's, and other, what I call, lack of focus syndromes. They're slowly letting go of the sense of the singular sense of focus, slowly letting that go. It used to be in the past that in your more recent centuries, people would die younger and they die quicker. But now with medications, with modern technology and medicine, they live longer, and they tend to lose their focus over a longer period of time. They're letting go of this sense, and that's what's happening to so many. And I don't recommend it for any of you. When you go quick. Just walk out. Not in front of a bus, but just walk out. But what's happening to so many of the people on the planet right now, the older people, is it's almost like there was a time clock within them and said that the focus would be held for a certain length of time until a certain age, and then slowly that focus would start going. They're kind of in between both worlds, or probably a better way of saying it is they're in between senses at that point. Letting go of the tight grip of the sense of focus, but still here in body and kind of in mind. It's a more difficult transition. It's a challenging one, but I do have to say that if you were to feel into the ones who are with Alzheimer's or dementia, losing their focus, they're not necessarily unhappy. They're not necessarily unhappy. The ones around them are, of course, because you're the caretakers, you're the ones who love them and don't want to see them suffer in this way. But imagine for a moment, or even feel into them for a moment, they're letting go of this strict sense of focus. They're opening to some of the other senses, but the non-physical, non-mental senses. There is actually more sensuality in their life as they're going through this letting go stage. There's more sensuality than they've had in most of the rest of their life. They're starting to let go of focus and experiencing into some of the other senses, even a few that we're going to talk about in our sessions. They're not necessarily unhappy. Maybe they physically have physical discomfort. Maybe they do struggle at times to come back into the mind, but they're actually opening to a degree of sensuality that many of them hadn't ever had in this lifetime, and many have only had a few lifetimes. So do understand that if it's friends, relatives, loved ones of yours with this condition, that they're letting go of the focus.